For years, Apple has been the quiet observer in the artificial intelligence revolution. While companies like OpenAI and Google splashed billions of dollars across the headlines with flashy AI announcements, Apple seemed content to sit on the sidelines. But that era of hesitation is officially over. The company just pulled the curtain back on a strategy that's not just entering the AI race, it's fundamentally reshaping what the future of search and artificial intelligence will look like across its entire ecosystem. Here's what Apple is actually building, and why it's a bigger threat to OpenAI than anyone realized. From watchful to aggressive, Apple's approach to artificial intelligence has always felt different. For the past 2 years, while competitors invested hundreds of billions into massive data centers and cutting-edge chips, Apple took what many saw as a conservative path. The company licensed technology from external partners like Google and OpenAI rather than build everything in-house. Critics pointed to this strategy as a sign of weakness, proof that Apple had fallen behind in one of technology's most important races. But that criticism missed the point entirely. Apple was playing a different game. The company understood something fundamental about its position. It owned billions of devices that users relied on every single day, rather than chase headlines with impressive but unprofitable AI systems. Apple focused on embedding intelligence directly into the products people already use. That philosophy is about to pay off in ways that will reshape the entire search and AI landscape. The turning point came when Apple announced it would launch an entirely new AI-powered search system next year, internally called World Knowledge Answers. This system will transform Siri from a limited voice assistant into a full-fledged answer engine. Unlike traditional search engines that return lists of links, World Knowledge Answers will provide comprehensive, multimodal responses combining text, images, videos, and local information all presented in a natural, conversational way, building the answer engine. What makes World Knowledge Answers fundamentally different from competitors is how Apple is implementing it. The system will debut inside Siri by spring 2026, but Apple's vision extends far beyond voice. The company plans to eventually integrate this technology into Safari, Apple's web browser, and Spotlight, which handles system-wide search across iPhones and Macs. This isn't just an upgrade to Siri. It's a reimagining of how search itself works across Apple's ecosystem. Under the hood, World Knowledge Answers runs on multiple components working in tandem. First, there's a planner that interprets what users actually want when they ask a question. Then comes the knowledge component, which scours the internet for relevant information. Finally, a sophisticated summarizer synthesizes all that information into a clear, accurate answer. This three-tier architecture is what separates Apple's approach from simple chatbots. Apple is making smart, strategic decisions about which models power each component. For the summarization layer, the company is testing a custom version of Google's Gemini AI model, leveraging a partnership that gives Apple access to world-class AI technology without building everything from scratch. For other components, Apple is also exploring models from Anthropic, the company behind Claude, while simultaneously developing its own internal foundation models. The diversity of approaches gives Apple flexibility and reduces dependency on any single provider. This hybrid strategy is intentional. Apple understands that in 2026 and beyond, no single company will have all the answers about what the best AI model is for every task. By carefully choosing which partner to use for each component, Apple maintains control while benefiting from the best technology available. It's a calculated approach that turns potential competitors into suppliers, a position of tremendous leverage. The privacy-first advantage. Throughout this entire transition, Apple is maintaining its core principle, privacy. Personal searches and information requests that involve user data will be processed using Apple's own foundation models, ensuring that your emails, messages, location history, and browsing data never get sent to third-party systems. This isn't just a feature, it's a fundamental differentiator from competitors. When you ask ChatGPT for help, your question goes to OpenAI's servers. When you use Google's AI features, your data flows into Google's systems. With Apple's approach, the majority of your queries and personal context stay on your device or within Apple's privacy-first infrastructure. For a company that has built its entire brand around the idea that privacy is a human right, this matters enormously. OpenAI and Google have massive advantages in raw data and processing power, but Apple has something potentially more valuable: a 2.2 billion device installed base that values privacy and trusts the company to protect their information. As awareness of AI-generated misinformation grows and users become more concerned about data collection, Apple's privacy-first approach could become the decisive advantage, the hardware-software convergence. Apple's AI strategy also leverages a decade of investment in custom silicon that most competitors simply cannot match. The A-series chips in iPhones and M-series chips in Macs are designed with specialized neural engines, specifically optimized for machine learning workloads. This vertical integration means Apple can design foundation models that run perfectly on its hardware, maximizing performance while minimizing battery drain. The business model nobody is discussing. Here's where Apple's strategy becomes truly brilliant. OpenAI wants to build a standalone AI company that sells access to ChatGPT as a product. Google wants to protect its search advertising business. Meta wants to use AI to improve engagement and advertising. But Apple doesn't primarily sell software or advertising. Apple sells devices, and the goal is to make those devices more valuable than the alternatives. World Knowledge Answers isn't a product that will generate revenue directly. It's a feature that makes your iPhone worth buying instead of an Android phone. It's an enhancement that makes Mac more useful than Windows computers. It's embedded into the operating system itself, invisible to the user, but essential to the experience. The network effect that matters. Apple's distribution advantage cannot be overstated. When World Knowledge Answers launches in spring 2026, it won't be a new app the developers need to convince people to download. It will be a system update delivered to every iPhone, iPad, and Mac running the latest software. With billions of devices, Apple has unmatched distribution leverage. On day one of launch, World Knowledge Answers will reach more users than ChatGPT has active users today. This creates a network effect in Apple's favor. As more users interact with World Knowledge Answers, Apple's systems generate data about what answers work best and which sources are most trusted. This feedback loop makes the system smarter over time. Meanwhile, developers and businesses will optimize their content to be discoverable in Apple's answer engine, much like they currently optimize for Google search. Apple isn't just launching a new feature, it's potentially replacing Google as the primary discovery mechanism for billions of people. The implications for other search engines are staggering. If even 20% of iPhone users start getting answers from Apple's system instead of clicking through to Google, the impact on search traffic and advertising revenue would be cataclysmic. For the first time, Apple is directly threatening Google's core business. And OpenAI, which has been positioning itself as the next generation of search, suddenly faces a competitor with far greater resources, better distribution, and deeper integration into the devices people use every single day. The 2026 reckoning by spring 2026, the competitive landscape in AI will look dramatically different from 2024. Apple will have a fully functional answer engine integrated into Siri, Safari, and Spotlight. OpenAI will have its mysterious hardware device, whose form factor and actual use case remain unclear. Google will be pushing harder with Gemini, but facing erosion of search traffic from Apple's integrated experience. And Anthropic and Perplexity will be scrambling to differentiate themselves as standalone products in a world where Apple controls the defaults on billions of devices. Apple's strategy works because it leverages the company's existing strengths rather than trying to compete on unfamiliar terrain. The company isn't trying to build the most advanced frontier model or win hearts with the cleverest chatbot. Instead, Apple is doing what it has always done best, taking complex technology and integrating it seamlessly into products people already love using. That shift from watching from the sidelines to aggressively entering the race doesn't just change the future of search and AI, it fundamentally reshapes the competitive dynamics of the entire technology industry. OpenAI wanted to be the next Google, But it turns out the next era of AI won't be defined by a search engine or a chatbot company. It will be defined by whoever controls the device in your pocket, and Apple has finally decided that's going to be the center of its AI strategy.